Okay, I think we can get started. Today's agenda is projects and development updates, marketing updates, collaboration updates, and Q&A. Robinson, do you want to start us off with projects and development updates, please?
Sure. Thank you. As usual, our first item is the Bitcoin deposit, which we've been working on for a while now. So we have the UI ready and also processes are verified on the mainnet. We're just working through the logistics because we have to do this in a two-step process and also do this during a town hall meeting. So we're just working on the logistics of this, and this item still remains our most important aspect. This slide, we have our process improvements, of which we have addressed the vast majority of them. We had some discussions regarding the release plans for various projects. So we are in the process of documenting this. That's one of the last items which was added to this list. We also have the log management, which is yet to be done because we are little stretched too thin because of the lack of DevOps resources. This is one item that will be taken up as soon as we have the release strategy being complete. So that's on our improvements. These slides, we have the updates on various projects, starting with the text user interface. So in the current text UI, we have been working on various bug fixes, like the major ones being the Bitcoin screens and the Hive screens. So last week, we have made a deployment to production, which is market.peerplays.com with a version 0.7.2. This unblocks our Bitcoin deposit as well as withdrawal screens. And so a new screen for Hive withdrawal has been added. So this particular version is available on the mainnet. And as for the QA side, we have version 7.0.73 provided to QA last week. We had 28 items to be verified, of which we have completed the verification, but quite a few number of items are failed, including two blocker items. We'll have to strategize and decide the next steps here because we may not be able to QA release without these two blocker items being fixed. In any case, the market.peerplace.com deployment, which is blocked, is now active and available for general public. So this means both Bitcoin and the Hive functionality is now completely fully available and operational in the main. So I have a screenshot on our exchange. This is a PPY Hive pair, and there are a few trades being happening. These are primarily trades between two of the developers. So, but this is just to indicate that the text is fully functional and trades happening on the mainnet. And the Hive pair, the PPY Hive pair also indicates that the Hive sons are working as expected. So I have one more slide. So this is the new screen which is added for the Bitcoin deposit address creation. So this was another screen which had quite a few bugs. So we have now addressed most of those bugs, and now this is fully functional and available on the internet. Okay, our burn down and burn up charts are here. So this is our historical progress. So we have 12, 13 items being addressed, small number of new bugs being identified. And in addition to this, we also have verified 28 items, and around six of them are failed, which will now go back to the developers for verification. The next project, so this is actively under development and details are being provided here. So the current status is that we have various screens under active development, and also the comparatively usable version has been deployed to the internal testnet. But there's like quite a few development to go on. And we're also trying to actively provide detailed accurates, which are much more accurate than what we have currently. So the various charts have been removed for the time being, like the WBS and the project planning screens have been removed for the time being. So as soon as we have better estimation, we will bring them back. These slides, this needs a little more clarification. For example, our test case preparation and few other items will require documentation. So we won't be relying on these screens or these charts much. The export, the status remains pretty much the same. So we are making smaller typo changes, and we are also actively working on the Mac installer. So the Linux installer has come out pretty nicely, and it seems to be working well. The Mac installer and the Windows installer is undergoing further. So otherwise, if anybody wants to use this, it's working perfectly on Linux and Mac from the CLI. What is being pending is the bundling, which is taking a little more than only. The blockchain updates, we are continuing to work on various stability and stability improvement as well as refactoring. We are also seeing a few bugs from the Bitcoin suns. May not be bugs, but we are seeing occasional crashes to the containers running Bitcoin Sun node. So we are also exploring that. So that's really in progress. And in addition to this, we are also working on our future features, which include smart contracts and better ability to connect with other networks. So we're actively working on those features as well. So the slide has burned up and burned out charts. Historical progress is being captured. The JS library is on hold. There's no status changes on this. Let's move on to the next one. The Express NFT. So we are actively working on a demo for the mainnet. We need a handful of items to be addressed so that we can conduct a demo. So this has been actively worked upon. And in addition to that, we've also started with the UI UX, which are the screens. Around 25 screens have been identified and started working on this. So in the next couple of months, I believe most of the progress will be in the screen design, where our UI designer and Chris, who is in charge of the project, will be working on. We may not, we'll have the demo, but the new screens are generally months away from now. Okay, our charge are here. So that's all from the development team. Thank you.
Thank you, Robinson. Michael, marketing updates, please.
All right, hello everybody. If you could just get on to the next slide. We are working on putting out some witness campaign ads in order to get more witnesses into the Peerplays blockchain, which will obviously help us decentralize. There was a bit of hoops we had to jump through with respect to getting the ads active, just due to policies they have with respect to crypto and blockchain advertising. So Sala is taking care of that, and we're hopeful that the ads will get active very soon. I've been working on the SWOT projects for our 2022 projects that are coming in, which the SWOT stands for. I went over this last week. I don't need to really go over it again, but it basically looks at what our strengths and weaknesses are and where we have opportunities and where we're threatened. Actually, that's what it stands for. So I just did do it again. Anyway, we're rolling that out internally first, and the team internally in marketing, the teams internally in the development side of things will provide some input into this. Then we're going to roll it out into the community as a whole to get a broad cross-section of input for that, so that we have a very good, strong basis for our analysis and being able to do our planning going forward. The other major thing that happened in the last week, we did a design and launch of a careers landing page on peerplays.com. We are in the process of developing a custom plugin to allow for specific job postings and for the applicants to apply directly from the site, which is exciting and something that we've been looking forward to having put in place once we had more of a backbone on peerplays.com. Other applicants that we've had pointed to our website as being lacking, I guess would be the best way to put it. So now that we have some content on the site, it's been redesigned and it's an ongoing redesign. We're going to be looking at changing some of the imagery soon as well. We're in a place where we could do the careers. It's gotten good feedback from everything that's been said so far. So we're looking forward to having the plugin created and having the postings put directly on the site. That's it for marketing right now. And you can go over to the performance side with Sally.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. So in terms of performance for the last week, we're still seeing a lot of growth in terms of new users from all channels to the Peerplays website, based on many active campaign that we're doing now, including the social media threads we're posting, the SEO campaign that we're working on, and also the new articles we're posting, which improve a lot in terms of new users and traffic from across all platforms. In terms of social media, for the last week, we're still seeing a bit of down in terms of growth. That's due to the difference between the threads that we're doing previously and now. So we're working on getting more aggressive in terms of the content post on social media. And with as Michael mentioned, so we're targeting now to get in the new witness campaign, to get in new witnesses to Peerplays through social media ads, mainly Reddit ads and Twitter for now. And then once it's launched, then we can see more performance stats and how things are going in terms of getting new members, Peerplays witnesses. So that's from my side in terms of performance. I think next is Jonathan.
Thank you, Salah. Jonathan, collaborations update, please.
Thank you very much. So this is the collaborations update for the past week. Basically, for Gaming Benefits Corporation, we had an extensive call talking about the technicals in relation to the applications they're working on and getting their certification. And there was some discussion in there regarding Peerplays dashboard being in there for the auditing portion of those applications to work with regulators. And so it was a very productive call, and we will continue that. So it's going well in the gaming front. For community, Avalon Scenes. So we had more correspondence with them this past week to discuss how we would be utilizing Avalon Scenes in Peerplays. And right now we're focused on looking at implementing it as part of the community communications. And we've started to do analysis of where and how we can have its infrastructure incorporated into Peerplays blockchain. So effectively, how do you tokenize an application like this and enable it so that anyone can participate and be able to help host a node and or be able to assist with the live streaming within the community. So that went well. That's still continuing. Infrastructure. So with Koinos Group, as we've discussed in the previous weeks, we had another call last week that was quite long, and we talked again about how Peerplays could effectively utilize Koinos Group's new Koinos SDK, I guess you could call it, in regards to updating Peerplays. So the conversation essentially came down to looking at an analysis of what current operations Peerplays has, what kind of effort would be involved in regards to if we were to move those operations into a Koinos blockchain or a Koinos fork of the blockchain, then we could then determine if that makes sense. So there was mention before about SWOT analysis going on. This is part of the process for us to be able to basically determine what would be the most optimal path in regards to Peerplay's future and its infrastructure to best serve the blockchain space, as well as what we plan to do beyond that. So that call with Koinos Group went well. So we're still continuing that. There will probably be more updates on that in the coming week. And that's all that happened in this past week.
I had no one from the community send in any questions, comments, and thoughts on our new Telegram group. Was there anybody here? Okay, so that's it for today's town hall meeting on April 4th. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll join us in 1 week. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.